Welcome to the Tech Wrap-Up. Today on the Tech Wrap-Up, we will have the tech news. Also, Elon Musk wants to buy Twitter again. Also today, we will have what Google announced at their Pixel event. We will also have more topics. Welcome to the Tech Wrap-Up. It's nice to have you with us. So, you might have noticed that Fost isn't here. He might arrive shortly. Yeah, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Anyway, yeah. Let's get into the tech news. Yep. Too many buttons. Okay, let's get into the tech news. With an all-new stinger that hopefully shouldn't scare people as much as the old one did. Okay, as you can tell, this thing isn't very powerful by how bad it played that stinger, but anyway, let's get into the tech news. Okay, iPhone 14. Can India replace China as the world's factory? Last week, Apple announced plans to make its latest iPhone model, iPhone 14, in India, a significant milestone in the company's strategy to diversify manufacturing outside of China. 5% of iPhone 14 production is expected to shift to the country this year, much sooner than analysts had anticipated. By 2025, a quarter of all iPhones the company makes could be produced in India, say analysts at investment bank JP Morgan. Apple has been manufacturing iPhones in the southern Indian state of Tamil Nadu since 2017. But the decision to make their flagship model in India is a noteworthy step, as trade tensions between Beijing and Washington show no signs of letting up. The move also assumes significance in the backdrop of the global supply chain de-risking, which is underway because of China's zero-COVID policy. I'm not laughing about this. Funny message came in on my phone. China plus one. Beijing's hardline approach to eradicating the pandemic has led to industrial lockouts and large-scale supply chain disruptions. As a result, global firms are increasingly adopting a plus-one strategy, or avoiding investing in China alone, to reorient their supply chains. Companies are no longer willing to sit and wait for a policy change in China, or put their eggs in one basket for their sourcing needs. I'll just interrupt. Never do that. It's called investing. Never put your money in one investment or one thing of investments. Yeah. Oscar D. Buck, CEO of logistics company DHL's supply chain business, told the BBC. Where'd it go? Oh, there we go. They want to make sure they have 2 or 3 alternatives, said Mr. D. Buck, adding that this trend towards omni-sourcing has clear benefits fisheries in countries like India, Vietnam, and Mexico. Mr. D. Buck was in India's financial capital Mumbai to announce a €500 million investment to double DHL's warehousing capacity and headcount in the next 5 years. He said this commitment was driven by the growth of foreign investment in sectors such as manufacturing and electronics, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government has been offering financial incentives to companies that are keen on making India their production hub. As part of this production-linked incentive scheme, mining conglomerate Vedanta Resources, I can't English, has also earmarked investments of close to $20 billion to set up a semiconductor plant in India in collaboration with the Taiwanese, sorry. I'm trying not to laugh. I'm trying to keep my composure. Let me. With the Taiwanese electronics manufacturing giant Foxconn. Anil Agarwal, chairman of Vedanta Resources, said last month that the world was looking to adopt a China Plus One strategy, and that India is clearly in a sweet spot. Let's get on to our next article. That took way too long, because I kept on having to try and stop myself from laughing, because I can't English. Tesla's Optimus and the problem with humanoids. Fans of Tesla and Elon Musk were enthralled by the unveiling of Optimus. I say an optimist, yeah. A prototype humanoid robot in California last week. I also enjoyed the theatrics, but I'm not alone in wondering why, apart from the wow factor, Optimus had to be human-like. And while the fans hate any perceived criticism, Mr. Musk himself has said Optimus is nowhere near market ready. The argument made for humanoids is they are best equipped to work with human tools in human environments. People may feel more comfortable with interacting with something that looks a bit like them, and of course, they look great. But how practical are they? Legs versus wheels. A lot of companies in the area of humanoids work in the area of humanoids because it's interesting for the public to see. Owen Nicholson, chief executive of Slamcore, which specializes in sensor-driven vision. I don't want to laugh. Sorry, viewers. Which specializes in sensor-driven vision, says. But wheel-based robots and even drones are so much easier to control. The amount of work that goes into just getting a humanoid robot to stand upright is huge. I might need a break just to keep my composure. The robotics behind Optimus look sound. Tesla is not exactly a novice at all this, but Mr. Nicholson says by its release, the machine will have evolved into something physically more practical. I'd put money on them having more wheel-based robots, he adds. Right. I'm tired. that was the tech news. Let's get into our first topic. Elon Musk wants to buy Twitter again. Oh no. Um, okay, so back in April, Elon Musk wanted to purchase Twitter for, what was it? I'll just see on my notes. $54.20 per share. That's in US dollars. So yeah. So basically, after a couple of weeks, Mr. Musk, in fact, let's just call him Muskie. Muskie turned around to Twitter and said, "Stuff you, I don't want to buy you anymore." Twitter did not like that. So now they've sued Muskie to make him complete his purchase of Twitter. But now Elon Musk Muskie wants to buy Twitter again, but Twitter still wants to go through with the lawsuit. So yeah, it's a bit weird. Elon, if you're gonna change your mind this quick, why haven't you sold Tesla yet? Yeah, that's my way of saying it. So make up your mind. Yeah, make up your mind, Elon. I mean Muskie. I'm gonna call him Muskie now. Yeah. So I think that's it. Okay. Here is what happened at Google's Pixel event launch on Friday. Did I say launch? I don't know. Okay, so yesterday, Friday, or Thursday in the US if you're American, so Google has announced the Pixel 7, Pixel 7 Pro, and Pixel Watch. They've also given us some details on the upcoming Pixel tablet. I'm tired, okay. So the Pixel 6's OLED display is just a little bit smaller. It's now 6.3 inches instead of 6.4 inches. It's still got the same 90 hertz refresh rate. It's also got a Tensor G2 processor. Up to 3 days of battery life in extreme power saver mode, and a better 10.8 megapixel selfie camera. Yeah. So the Pixel 7 Pro has a bigger Quad HD display that has an LTPO layer that allows it to adjust its refresh rate between 10 Hz and 120 Hz for efficiency. The screen seems like a big deal. Can't stop yawning. This whole show will go in the bloopers. I will have to count how many times I yawn. The ultra-wide camera has widened its field of view, and the 48 megapixel telephoto camera has a slightly boosted super res zoom from 20x to 30x, and another step of optical zoom, going from 4x in the Pixel 6 Pro to 5x in the newer phone. So the Pixel Watch exists now. Yeah. So it comes in one size, which is 41 millimeters. The default model supports Bluetooth 5.0, NFC for Google Wallet contactless payments, and Wi-Fi. In terms of GPS support, it works with GPS, GLONASS, Baidu, and Galileo satellites. Galileo, Figaro Magnifico. The incredibly fragile looking glass dome covering the top of the Pixel Watch is made of Gorilla Glass 5. And it covers an OLED display that Google claims can reach a peak brightness of 1000 nits, half of what the iPhone 14 Pro can do. It also supports an always-on display. The watch has a Samsung Exynos 9110 system on a chip with the Cortex M33 coprocessor. It runs Wear OS 3.5 and touts 32 GB of eMMC flash and 2 GB of SD RAM. That's more than the iPhone 5S has. That's crazy. This only has 1 GB of RAM. And yet you're telling me a watch has double the RAM of this thing. That's crazy. So it remains to be seen if the Pixel Watch feels faster than other Wear OS watches. The specs don't seem impressive, but the design is another story. The Pixel Watch looks really polished though, and it certainly fits into the whole Google theme at the moment. Yeah. So they've also talked about the upcoming Google Pixel tablet. So we'll have the Tensor G2 processor. And the tablet has poker points on its rear to attach magnetically to the dock. So it can basically be a Google Nest Hub as well. Yeah. So they've also Foster's hair. Wait. Alright, let's call Fost. Let's call Fost. He's ready. There we go. Hello.
Hello. I'm live.
Yep, you are. So we're right now we're talking about the Google's Pixel event.
Pixel event?
Yeah,
Oh my god, I love pixels.
megapixels. One day there's going to be...
No,
Google's going to make so many Pixel phones that's going to have to be called the megapixel.
iPhone is gonna go into the thousands. iPhone 1031 Pro Max Ultra Deluxe.
S. 5G. 3G. Ultra.
Ultra again. Ultra V2.
Plus
They're
the
gonna start making, like,
plus the 2 megapixel macro camera that everyone loves.
They're gonna make like 2.0s of their old phones. iPhone 6 2.0.
That is basically what the iPhone 14 is. It's got the same chipset as last year with an extra GPU core. It's got a better GPS system that can communicate with satellites in an emergency, and it opens from the back. That is it.
Who needs a GPU on their phone though? Who
It's
needs a GPU on their phone?
it's on the SoC.
Still, I don't see any need for a GPU on my phone at all. The most I'd get is like a really good camera.
The A15 Bionic on the iPhone 13 had 4 GPU cores, and the A15 Bionic on the iPhone 14 has 5 GPU cores.
Oh my god. So
Yeah.
insane. You can
Which
run
is
Roblox
exactly
at
what the iPhone 13 Pro had.
you can run Roblox at 120 FPS on your phone. That's insane. I can't wait
And you
to play
know what
Roblox
Apple
on my
also
overclocking.
removed? The SIM card slot.
Why?
Because of the eSIM revolution. Only in the US though.
Oh wait, so there's still Sims and
Here in New
is
Zealand there
it?
are still SIMs.
That's weird.
Yeah. So the iPhone 14 is basically just an iPhone 13s, if you can even call it that.
I mean, it's probably a bit better.
Um,
It's like a bit better, but
yeah.
it's still a
The
rip-off.
iPhone 14 Pro though has quite a few differences.
Buy an iPhone SE.
Yeah. Although the battery is tiny. I'm having
Who
problems
cares?
with it. Anyway, do you want to say anything about the Pixel stuff?
I'm getting none of it at all. I'm buying zero stuff from Google.
Hashtag Linux.
I mean, Android, very, very annoying. With to like do stuff with.
Yeah.
Especially
Android
like,
is awful for tablets.
yeah, Android was very annoying. I had a tablet. It was just very annoying.
And
Uh,
Google is actually working on making the tablet experience better, but it's too late now.
yeah, everyone. I don't think anyone
Yeah.
has a tablet anymore. Well, maybe some people, but
We have
you know.
iPads, but not. I only know one person who has an Android tablet. My granddad.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. Just get a refurbished iPad. Like,
Oh god.
yeah.
Just get like secondhand anything.
Yeah.
Anything from anywhere except for a Google tablet or Android
Yeah.
tablet. Even a phone would be better than a tablet.
Just get the most recent, like, in fact, no, I'm not going to recommend you buy a Samsung at the moment because their batteries are exploding.
Oh, for real?
That's from last week.
Oh, damn.
Batteries in 2-year-old phones that have just been sitting in storage, only used for like 2 weeks or something. the batteries are exploding and rendering the device useless. So that's not very good. Anyway, if you want to see
Yeah.
more about that, then that was on last week's show. Anyway, shall we get into our next topic?
Yes, because I love this topic.
Okay, the EU. Here comes the debate again. The EU Parliament. No, it's not a debate, it's a rant. The EU Parliament has decided that USB-C will be compulsory on all portable devices. I'm annoyed. Just why? Yes, it's convenient to have one charger. But what are you going to do with one charger if your laptop's dead? And if your phone's dead at the same time? It actually kind of doesn't make sense. But there's a few reasons why it does make sense as well. Yeah.
My point. I
Okay.
absolutely hate chargers with like a passion. One, because it's so annoying having to go and like remember, oh okay, the blue charger goes with this HP but not with this HP. This black charger goes with this HP and not this HP. And then this charger goes with this laptop but not this laptop for some reason, even though they're only 1 year separation between the models. It's so annoying to deal with. So I've been really looking forward to um every laptop sharing kind of the same charger, maybe with different wattages, but the same basic charging
Yeah.
thing, just so you don't have to buy separate chargers for separate laptops.
For
And it's
laptops,
very it really
for
yeah.
laptops, it
Mm.
makes total sense because um, laptop chargers at the moment, there's some with USB-C, there's some with barrel connectors, there's some with I don't know MagSafe. Although I guess the new MacBook Air with MagSafe also does have USB-C, so it complies to this whole thing. But yeah, laptops it makes total sense. Although they could come up with a specific laptop port that they have to use because USB-C can only do up to 100 watts. And some laptops, like gaming laptops for example, need more than that. Um, so gaming laptops might have to use a different port. So it wouldn't work for some laptops, but for most laptops it will be just great to have a single charger. But then on phones, what about what about people that have already bought into lots of lightning accessories and that, and then they go and buy the iPhone 24 Pro Plus Max, and it doesn't work with their lightning accessories anymore, and that's just $400 down the drain. So that's one of the problems. And also some cars have like a lightning dock, and yeah.
I think the biggest benefit of this is for the laptops. I don't think the
Yeah.
phones are necessary. I think if this was just for laptops, it's probably be one of the best EU Parliament approvals ever. But having it on phones as well, I didn't really agree with. Yeah, I agree with you. It's kind of lightning accessories really get kind of scrutinized, and also yeah, I agree having to buy multiple of the same charger would be very annoying. And also gaming laptops, yeah. Uh, the good thing, I think one of the biggest benefits is you only have to have one charger and you don't have to bu buy multiple different types of chargers for like your phone and your laptop and your, let's say, I don't know, your iPad and stuff like that. You could just have USB-C charging cable and then you'll be fine for everything. So I think it's one of the biggest benefits of uh this law, I guess, or whatever it's called. The Is it a law? Oh yeah, it's a
It
law.
is a law.
Okay, so the biggest benefit of this law is you only have to have one kind of main charger, and you don't have to buy a new charger every like year or so, or every time you get a new device that requires a new like type of charging or a different type of charger.
Yeah. Um, the thing is, though, um, the way that I talked about the Lightning ecosystem, Lightning is a slow port. It uses USB 2.0, which is capped at 480 megabits per second. So transferring 4K footage, or even in on the next iPhone, there's rumored to be 8K footage. It's just gonna take ages. So that's when it will be the best time. Now, more than ever, it's probably the best time for Apple to switch over to USB-C. But they should make some kind of adapter or something to Lightning so that you can still use your Lightning accessories.
I think there
Yeah.
will be adapters. I definitely think there will be adapters because it'd be very stupid for companies to have invested in making Lightning accessories and not have any adapters to Lightning. I think obviously there will be still USB-C as the dominant kind of thing, but I still think that um Lightning will still exist. I don't think it will be as big though.
And there'll still be older iPhones that are still being used that have Lightning, so they can't completely just kill off Lightning.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna
But
happen either.
and also another thing about Lightning, it is a very durable port. USB-C, if you get stuff stuck in it, you need to replace your port because if you use something to try and get out, 99% of the time you'll break the little thing in the middle. But on Lightning, you
Yeah.
do not have a little thing in the middle to stop you from cleaning it out. So if you clean out your Lightning part, it will still work perfectly fine. Yeah. But anyway, I
Is
think
that the end of the topic?
I think that's pretty much it. Onto our next.
Okay.
Well, after that conversation, I've kind of changed my thing on it because I was anti it for reasons.
Yeah,
Like
I'm semi for it. I'm
yeah,
like half-ish for it.
it's a bit of a weird debate, actually.
Yeah.
Because it affects so many things. If I just go on here, if this just loads up, so it's law for mobile phones, tablets, e-readers, mice and keyboards. So wireless and
Oh
mice and
yeah.
keyboards.
Violet.
So you could probably just have one cable sitting on your desk. So when you're charging your keyboard, it's plugged into your keyboard. When you're charging your mouse, it's plugged into your mouse. And then when you need to charge your phone, you just unplug that and then you plug it into your phone. That would actually work quite well. But I bet you that Apple's just going to go portless before any of this gets introduced. There's been rumors about that for years and it hasn't happened. But they'd need really fast wireless transfers. GPS devices. These days, who uses them? Other than if you're on a boat and you need to navigate. Yeah. Headphones, headsets, and earphones. Yeah. Digital cameras. It had better be the 40 gigabit per second if you're doing like Blackmagic 12K or something. Handheld video game consoles. I think the Switch and the Steam Deck already have that, so they'll be fine. And portable speakers, which most of them at the moment, most portable speakers use micro USB at the moment, and micro USB is an awful port. Yeah. Enough babbling on from me. On to our next topic.
Okay, our next topic. Wait, let me scroll up because I scroll down. A lawsuit has been resolved after Microsoft sued the Word Windows inventor. Um,
It's one
so
S.
it was a device to help children's literacy. Has been resolved by dropping an S.
This is hilarious.
It's Word Window now. It can't be Word Windows. It's Word Window. It's not multiple windows. It's just one window now.
That's just amazing. Microsoft.
Windows hates people. Windows hates people using plurals. So
Windows only likes window. um, this is just stupid, Microsoft. One, Windows is... Okay, Windows. Oh no, I'm going to get sued by Microsoft now. See, it doesn't make sense.
window.
It's
window.
not a brand name. Look, these are windows behind me. Like...
Oh, they're like the invention. It's like a little toy. It's like something you. It's not even anything to do with computers.
It's not
to help-
even to do with computers. It's just
It's not even
funny.
like a digital tool. It's not even a digital tool.
And
It's nothing to do with IT.
and a big lawsuit for one S. This is just amazing.
So dumb.
Off the money for a lawsuit for one S.
Oh, and also, apparently the inventor is dyslexic, so it's even funnier.
And some people wonder why if I ever build a PC, I will never use Windows.
Alright, that's just that's a bit of a funny
Yeah.
bit of a funny segment.
Okay. Let's sue, because the YouTube channel's name is Computer Crunch, right? Let's sue everyone that uses the word computer. See?
No, everyone that uses crunch.
Yeah. Cookie time,
Because
I'm
that's
suing you.
everything-
No, just kidding.
No, because computer, that has actually something to do with what we're doing, but crunch has nothing to do with what we're doing. Like
Yeah.
window. It's just to help dyslexic kids to read. But apparently Windows hates the letter S. So you have to get rid of it.
This is
Alright.
just stupid. All of the time and money for a single S. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't think that was very smart from Windows or Microsoft.
Yep. We'll have more on them a bit later, I think. Now
Yep,
it's
we do.
time for our break. If
Alright.
we've stopped giggling. Anyway, see you after the break. Although I bet you're still having a laughing fit. Okay.
Anyway, I gotta be right back. I gotta go to toilet.
Okay. Bye. Welcome back.
Okay, we're on to the next topic.
Of course we
After
are.
the very, very, very silly topic of window. Anyway, um, Meta is making it easier to report bugs in its oh my god, Horizon VR app.
I'll just read out the
So,
joke that I've put there. Um, okay. So apparently this thing is very buggy. So, was that in the Horizon? It's a bug. So funny, I forgot to laugh.
not funny. Didn't laugh.
Okay.
Okay. Meta has updated Horizon World's main virtual reality metaverse app to make it easier to report bugs. So basically, you like send a screenshot, and then basically they're like, okay, this is the bug, and then they fix it. Yeah, that's a most simple way of explaining it. You send a screenshot of the bug, explain what the bug is, and then they fix the bug.
Yeah.
It's not much else to it, honestly.
What if it's so buggy that the bug reporting thing doesn't work because the whole thing has crashed?
I really want there to be a bug in the bug reporting.
Yeah,
That'd be so
that would
hilarious.
be hilarious. Go on Meta. Be Meta. No, the bug's just going to capture of the data from the sensors at once and serve you up ads about bug reporting. That would be a very meta thing to do. Anyway, Meta, if you're listening to me, stop tracking our data. It's not nice. It's illegal. Well, it should be. And, yeah. And you quote unquote don't want to, no, on WhatsApp you everything's encrypted. As if I believe that matter. Anyway. Anything else from this topic?
No, not really.
Okay, well, let's move on to our next topic. Here is what to expect from the Microsoft Fall event. Word Windows?
No,
Microsoft's...
window.
Window, not Windows. Window, it's just getting...
No, we can't say that. We can't say the W word.
Yeah.
Window.
Window. It's the single monitor version of Windows. No, you can only open one window at a time on Windows.
Yeah,
Windows, you can open multiple windows, but window. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So.
What were we talking about?
Microsoft's fall event. Okay, so
Oh, yeah.
the live stream is kicking off on October 12th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Yeah, none of it's going to be in person. So there's some rumors that, like, a Surface Pro 9, a Surface Laptop 5, and an update to the Surface Studio. Hopefully they've got a window on the Surface.
Yeah.
Wait, if you had multiple windows on a Surface, doesn't that mean that it's got two monitors?
Yeah, I guess.
That's what it could mean. So
Who knows?
technically, Microsoft's single monitor devices are just a window. So, apparently, they could have a Surface Pro 9 that will have an Intel chip, and also an option to have a Microsoft ARM chip. Don't get the ARM chip, please. It's Microsoft just basically just contracts Qualcomm, and Qualcomm desktop chips suck. Won't they have an AMD configuration?
Who knows, honestly?
Intel is so power hungry at the moment, that, yeah, just no. Go AMD. So, AMD is optional on the Surface Laptop 4, but it's not optional on the Surface Pro. Why? That is the device where AMD would actually be able to make the difference in battery life. Because Surface Pros don't have a very big battery.
Is this on Surface Laptop in Surface Laptop 5? Will there be AMD? Or no?
I don't know.
Hopefully.
If I just click on
I'm
this
gonna
link.
lose all hope.
Anyway, I'm thinking of building a PC, and I will be going with AMD for that. Anyway, the Surface Pro X is probably going to be dead because the Surface Pro 9 is just going to basically be a Surface Pro X, but renamed as the Surface Pro 9. So we'll have Core i5 or Core i7 U series chips. And or you would be able to have a Microsoft SQ3, which is a Qualcomm Snapdragon processor. Microsoft, get a silicon team and design it yourself, just like Apple did. Because Snapdragon desktop CPUs are just hopeless. Yeah, and Windows on ARM doesn't even have a very good compatibility layer. So you're basically limited to running ARM-only apps, which, no, don't, yeah. A good option for ARM, Linux works well on ARM. Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know what else to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have anything
Wait.
else to say?
No, not really. Okay.
I'll just say something else. Also, the Surface Studio 2 has been around for 5 years now without an update, and it's got a 7th generation processor. You know what processors are the only... what 7th generation Intel Core processors are the only ones supported in Windows 11? The ones in the Surface Studio. So they made an exception for themselves because they couldn't be bothered to update the Surface Studio with newer processors. It's funny. Anyway, on to our next topic.
Okay, next topic. HTC has teased a new, smaller VR headset. So Meta and TikTok owner ByteDance battled to be the premium social media slash metaverse company making virtual or augmented reality hardware. But HTC is making a smaller, more, I guess, practical headset. So HTC were kind of the leading company in headsets before obviously Facebook and stuff, or
And
Meta
Oculus.
and Oculus came into the market. So HTC, I think it was just HTC and Oculus for a while, and then
Yeah.
Meta came in, and now a lot of companies are getting
Meta
into VR.
bought Oculus.
Yeah, so I think it's basically just Meta and HTC, but honestly, let's be honest, Meta is such a huge company that I doubt they're gonna lose to HTC or lose out to HTC, and if they do, that'll be the most embarrassing thing that's ever
Yeah.
happened to Meta.
Although I'm kind of rooting for HTC here because HTC probably won't steal the kind of data that Meta will.
Well, the thing
And
is, HTC can't. HTC can't steal your data like
yeah.
Meta will.
Also,
Unless they like feed your talk the things you talk about to like the government or something.
yeah. Also, ByteDance has got VR headsets now, so all of that data will be going to the Chinese government. Um, and yeah, so the reason why I'm ringing for HTC here is that at one point they were the biggest and best Android smartphone maker. And yeah, right now I'm holding the HTC Wildfire S. Is a very high quality phone for its time. And yeah, back when it was relevant, my mum upgraded to this iPhone 5S and I got this. And this was great. Yeah. But then HTC had a downfall because all their advertising would be is HTC quietly brilliant. And That was true, but you need to do a bit more advertising than that. So now they've basically stopped making phones. I think they still make a couple of phones, but not very many of them people actually buy. But yeah, I don't know what else to say other
Yeah.
than yeah, HTC phones gone, and now they've gone into a new business category. So yeah, do you want to say anything else?
Um, no, not really. I think HTC might make something good, but in the end, with how big Meta is as a company, I don't think they're gonna make it that far.
I'm definitely rooting for HTC to have a comeback. So yeah,
We just have to see what happens.
that pretty much leads us on to our next topic. Software glitches have caused problems in a driverless bus launch. How great! Um, when you're trying to demonstrate how safe they are, and then the software glitches. Very good job. Um, so these buses are actually being trialed in Inverness, and if you don't know where that is, there's the town next to Loch Ness. So maybe Nessie the Loch Ness monster could have something to do with glitches.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Maybe.
What else could it be?
Okay. So I'm about to have a laughing fit. So these buses have had the mini buses. So they've had to be driven manually at the launch because of software issues. So I'll just continue reading this article. The driverless bus, nicknamed Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Driverless Machiny, is being tested on a 2-mile, 3-kilometer route in Inverness. What a great name! Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny
Honestly.
Driverless Machiny. Um,
What? Who came up with the name, honestly?
I think it's from a
They should
YouTube
get a
video.
raise.
I think it's from a YouTube video that of this pilot that was doing the safety briefing for a plane, and basically he was talking about the life jackets and said, so once you pull out this, you get your own itsy bitsy teeny weeny tiny little polka dot bikini, my friends. And yeah, I think that might be where it's come from. Itsy bitsy teeny weeny driverless machiny. It is small though. So this thing can carry up
Really,
to.
it's
So this thing can carry up to 15 passengers, and it's being operated between Inverness campus and Inverness Retail and Business Park. So the vehicle has guidance and detection systems, cameras, and deep learning programs to help it navigate the route, which includes crossing a railway bridge. The route is restricted to public transport, walking and cycling only, with those walking and cycling segregated from road vehicles across most of the way. For safety, the bus has a human driver to take control if needed. So yeah, they're pretty small buses. But yeah, some trains these days do in fact run autonomously, but they do have a driver there to close the doors and just make sure everything's running okay. Yeah. What do you think?
um, it's really cool that we have like driverless buses, um, kind of starting to come into fruition. I think it would be really good if we started having these driverless buses. The only problem I can see is obviously these is it running off like a route, like a built-in route, and it's just driving in that route?
Yeah, I think that's what it's doing.
Oh, there's cameras. Okay, so there's cameras and it kind of uses a learning algorithm to um kind of figure out kind of what to do. So I think it's a really good really great thing. I think that honestly the greatest thing about this is that we're starting to get closer to driverless cars.
If you want to hear more about driverless cars and taxis, um, the other day on Crunch News there's driverless taxis running in San Francisco now. So stick around after the tech wrap up is ended because we're going to replay Crunch News from the other day. If you want to see that. So, yeah, is there anything else?
I don't think so.
On the topic of autonomous things, though, um, autonomous cars in that will only be able to drive in um, in dense areas like cities. They won't be able to do like off-road stuff. So I don't think for a very very long time we're going to see cars without steering wheels. Because you'll
Oh, obviously.
like if you wanted to go onto a private property or something, or on a racetrack, yeah,
Obviously I don't think on a racetrack there'll be automatic
yeah,
drivers. That like get rid of the whole reason for racing.
yeah.
The whole point of
Um,
racing is you go as fast as a human can go.
or if you wanted to go like on a very off-road route or something. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Also, how is it going to work in tunnels? Because there won't be any
Oh yeah.
GPS signal. So there's some things that have got to be solved. Um, yeah. So we're quite a bit away from actually having mainstream driverless vehicles. But yeah. Um, what else am I going to say? Also, on the topic of autonomous vehicles, a year ago I made a video of a Raspberry Pi autonomous boat, which is still in progress, and it's a bit too bow heavy, so I'm having to create a new hull for it. So, a new video on that will be sometime in the first quarter of next year. Anyway, on to our next
Yeah.
topic, I think.
All right, on to our next topic. Intel has released their Arc GPUs. Intel Arc.
After how long
Okay,
of
Intel Arc.
them building it up, the hype? Like a year now? But yeah.
Um, they don't look that good, I'm going to be honest.
Although it is their first attempt.
Uh, it's a lot of driver bugs apparently. Only 8 gigabytes of VRAM. It's apparently pretty good performance for the price, but I'm gonna be honest, I'd still rather stick with an RTX or
Or
yeah.
an, or Radeon. Um,
Not even saying what FPS, it's just saying what wattage it's using. I'm trying to look for the performance, not the benchmarks. Yeah. Um. Okay, let me look at the results. It's yeah, the RTX is so much better. Oh my God. And every game except for one of them, the RTX has better quality. And even in one of the tests, the Arc GPUs crashed, so that was not applicable.
Yeah, Microsoft Flight Simulator and Control DLSS.
S- Cyberpunk 2077 2077 ultra ray tracing 27 FPS. Oh my God.
Yeah, and
You can
you can tell that these are definitely first generation products. Um,
yeah.
and it doesn't show how they compete against RTX 4000
It
or
does, it does.
RX 7000.
Oh, 4000. No. Oh, have you seen the RTX 4000s? They're bigger than Xbox Series S's.
They're massive.
Yeah, they're very big graphics cards. I'm not sure.
Soon we're going to need
What?
cases longer than height to fit these graphics cards. Um, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. Is that pretty much it about ARC?
Mm,
Hopefully, in the future, they can actually, for the price. In some cases, the performance is great, but in other circumstances, um, yeah,
yeah.
yikes. And they're not even trying to compete with the RTX 3070. So that tells you something.
Yeah.
Anyway, shall we head on to our next? In fact, wait, that's the last topic.
Is that really the last topic?
Yeah, that's the last topic out
Oh.
of 9 topics. Um, yeah, although that took us an hour and 10 minutes. Okay, so I guess that's it. So thanks for watching.
Yeah, this is available on YouTube and Twitch.
Remember to like, share this video with your friends, follow us on Twitch and Wisdom, and subscribe to us. I'm still trying to figure out how I can stream to Wisdom at the same time. I've got 2 hosts. So, yeah. Also, check out our Minecraft's Java server at provided-chart.craft.ply.gg, port 42790. The link keeps on changing it, I know, but it's finally up and running. And our Minecraft Bedrock server at provided-chart.at.ply.gg, and the port is again 42790.
All right. A replay of Crunch News from Thursday is next. I'll see you guys next week.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
If I just press some buttons. Uh-oh. Oh no. I can't find the button.
Oh
There we
no.
go.